Hi guys, welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we had a great question under one of our videos and they were asking, how do we put the contact form field labels above the field rather than inside them? Because by default, it has them as a placeholder inside the field. It's really easy to do. And actually, Elegant Themes has a great article about it, and I'll put this link below the video up here. And I'll take you through it, show you exactly what you need to do. So let's enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, I'm going to go down, I'm going to delete what we've got here. And we'll start from scratch. I've got a row with a single column here. I'm going to add a contact form to it. I'm going to roll on down, and there's our contact form. As you can see, by default there, it puts the actual names inside the fields. Those are called placeholders. Let's just make this stand out a little bit more so our form looks a bit more interesting. Not going to spend much time on it. I'm going to leave it on the generic form here. Obviously put a title in there if you want a title. Success message there. What you want your submit button to say right there. And the most important part is the email, obviously where you want it to be sent. Put your email in there. If you want spam protection, you can set it up down below here. Got a basic capture on there. You can use third-party services by putting in an API key and using Google reCAPTCHA, etc. I'm going to leave everything just exactly like it is on the default. Not going to add in more fields or anything. I'm going to go down to background. I'm going to give it a dark background. Hit that background color. I'm going to hit the little color palette there and give it a dark gray. And we'll give it some space around so you can see the titles when we put them above. Over to design, down to spacing. I'm going to give mine 50 pixels all around. Just put in the 50, it puts in the pics, hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side. And we'll do the same for left and right. Okay, so there it is with our placeholders in the middle. We've got a bit of space all around it so we can put our titles up above. Let's go back over to the Elegant Themes page, and about just above the halfway stage, if we roll down, we've got some CSS code. Now they're actually doing this with one of their layouts. I'll do it with the generic form like we've got here. First bit, I'm just going to ignore that. It's telling you basically what goes on there. The second bit is the one that we want, which is called the updated final code. For mine today, I'm going to copy all of this from the opening slash there to the closing curly bracket. Control C to copy. We go back to my page. For mine today, I'm going to add the code in a code module. I'm going to put the code module just down below our form there. So I'm going to hit the button to add a new module. There's a code module. Now the code we're using here is CSS code, so I need to open style tags if I'm using a code module. And the style tags left pointy bracket, the word style, right pointy bracket. When you put the right pointy bracket in, it'll put the closing style tag in for you. In between those two tags, I can paste that code that I just copied. And as you can see, it's popped those titles up above there. It's hidden the placeholders, but I'm not too happy with the styling of there. They've done it for the styling of the layout they were building there. But if we take a look at this code, this is really easy to render. Here, the first entry on line 3 there is contact form label. It's telling it to display block. That's why we can see it. It's given it a font family of Playfair display, which is great, but I don't want that. You can put your own font family in between the little inverted commas there. Make sure you don't cut them off. Or if you want the generic, you want it to be your default font, just delete that line. If I delete that line, that text should go back to the default Divi font. And there it is right there. They've got theirs as that sort of yellowy color. Change the color just below here on line 5 in mine. I'm going to make mine white, FFF. Or you can just click on the dot and choose your color that way. Here's the font size just down below. It's 15 point. Let's take that up a little bit. 18 point. That works for me. You can do it in pixels also if you want to. Now, it's italicized. That's why it's leaning to the right there. I don't want it to be italic. So you can either change it there, or you just delete that line if you don't want it to be italic, and it'll revert to regular. It's got a bit of a margin on the bottom. That's how far it is away from the field. You can up that, obviously, by giving it a higher or lower pixel value. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Down below, it tells you it's hiding the placeholder text. The text is actually still there, but it's actually transparent. If I was to make that black, you'd see it again. There it is right there. But obviously you don't want that. So I'm just hit Control Z to undo that. And there's another one here. We haven't got any checkboxes or radio buttons, but it'll hide any duplicate titles there. And another one just removes any titles above the drop down. Now obviously you can change this all out completely. I'll just save that a minute and take that background away. Under the content is always where you'll find background. I just delete that. We're not going to be able to see our names because it's white on white. If we go back into our code module, and it's just below here, so code modules don't take up any real estate. Sometimes you're going to have trouble finding them. If you do, you can hit the little purple button at the bottom. Go over to the left hand side, you'll find wireframe view. If you click on that, it takes you to back-end mode and you can easily find it that way. Go in there. When you're happy, flip back to desktop, tablet or mobile view, whichever you prefer. And to bring those back, all I need to do is change the color. Let's make that color black again. And there we are. So there you go, guys. I hope that I've answered that question for you. That's how to get rid of the placeholders and add names above the fields. Really easy to do. Like I say, I got this from Elegant Themes, and I'll put this URL down below the video for anybody that wants to use it. Just save this, make sure everything's going to work on the front end. Make sure your purple button's expanded. You can save draft or publish if you're ready. We'll exit the Visual Builder. Roll on down, and there it is. We've got our little contact form with the names above the fields there. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you or make a demonstration video. If you have enjoyed this today, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.